Welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report. I'm Mary Winkenwerder. Workouts. Some people love them with everything they have. On the other hand, some people run the opposite direction when working out is mentioned. Is there a common ground where working out can pique interest for everyone? We think we found it. Joining us this episode is Franci Cohen to tell us more about spider bands. Franci, welcome to Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report.
Thank you for having me, Mary.
It's great to have you join us. So, spider bands is a clever name that provokes a lot of interest. Franci, what are spider bands and what do they do?
So Spider Bands is a series of, now we have 20 class modules, all centered around the Spider Bands apparatus, which is basically an inner tubing covered by a bungee sheath and with some clever attachment pieces and at several strategic points. So there are handles that are up high, handles down low, there are gloves, bars, all distinctive to each workout. So for example, at the end of the spider bands in a spider boxing class, there'll be spider gloves. At the end of the spider bands in a signature spider bands class, there'll be a spider bar, and so on and so forth. And then there are some high handles strategically placed above you that you use to hold on to, leverage your body weight, and do a lot of cool things.
Wow, that's great. So how did this whole spider band concept come about?
So basically, I was teaching, one of my usual classes at Fuel Fitness, and we were sitting down doing abs at the end of the class, and I was looking up at the rigging in the ceiling that we had just installed for aerial arts. My children, my two oldest daughters, were very interested in aerial arts, and because they come home late from school each day, it didn't give us much time to venture out to the Upper East Side to some of the aerial schools to, sign them up for classes. So I took it upon myself to hook up some people from Cirque du Soleil and Ringling Brothers and, kind of bring the aerial arts to Fuel Fitness. So back to sitting in class doing abs, I was looking up at the rigging in the ceiling and just trying to think of, hey, how can we incorporate that into the group exercise as well when the kids are having so much fun with the aerial arts. At the same time, I was looking over at the right side and the right side of the room, and there were some bungee cords, the ones used on college campuses, where they, run with cords around their waist and,
Sure.
speed and agility training and sports-specific training. And one of the trainers at my facility had left them there in the corner instead of putting them away. And I was looking over, wondering, hey, they didn't clean up before this class. And I was looking at that and looking up at the rigging in the ceiling, and I said, there's something here. And over the next couple of days, I kind of played with it. I hooked the bungee up to the ceiling, then I added a handle from another apparatus, then I tied some knots, and little by little, the idea came. And I realized that when you were pulling down on the, something's hung above you, there's ropes and straps and things like that in the fitness industry for years. But when you have something that's buoyant and has the resistance, when you pull down on it, you're working. But then when you lift up on it, you're getting assisted in terms of your body weight. It assists you and pulls you up. So the resistance and the assistance. And I said, hey, there's something here. And that's, really where it was born.
Wow, that's amazing. So is it simple to incorporate spider bands into a workout?
Definitely. Like I said, we have 20 different class modules. So we have some choreographed classes that are a little more dancey, like spider dome, spider bounce, spider bands. We have martial art based ones, spider box, spider kicks. There's spider cycle on the indoor cycling bike, spider tread, which is on a treadmill. So basically any modality that you're interested in can incorporate spider bands because there's a spider module for it. You have people that say, I'm not coordinated, I can run on the treadmill, but I can't do anything else. No problem, you have spider tread. There's other people that said, I'm a Zumba fan, but I'm looking for the next, great thing.
Right.
So I wanted that choreographed class. So there's really, a little bit of everything.
Wow, that's amazing. So is this a workout that's better suited for an experienced workout enthusiast, or, can the novice just jump right into it and, feel that they're accomplishing something and actually, see results?
100%. It's a very good question because there are many workouts where, they're very intimidating if you're not, a pro, and then others, don't want to be in a class where it's not challenging enough if they feel that they're not an athlete. Right. Spider Bands is great for anyone. We have people of all ages. At Fuel Fitness, my main crowd are women between 20 and I would say 60. But we've had men do this, we've had children, we've had people that have never exercised at all a day in their life, and we've had people that do triathlons and marathons. For example, in the signature Spider Bands class, you're directly underneath your plumb line, which is the rigging in the ceiling. but you can move forward to increase the resistance, because as you pull further and further away from your rigging point, it gets harder, the resistance, and you can back up to ease it up. So you can have two people side by side doing the same moves throughout the class, so everyone's keeping up and no one's bumping into each other, and one person could be working 80% harder than the other just because they stepped a few feet or a few inches out further away from the plumb line. So that's the great thing about it. Like in weightlifting, for example, you would have to add more weight plates onto the weightlifting, onto the bench press or onto the leg press to make it, more intense, and take it off to lighten it up. Here, it's just a simple step forward and back, or a couple steps forward and back, and there you go. So it's really, really, easily accessible for anyone.
Wow, that's incredible. So what areas of the body can the spider band workout enhance?
Well, that's the beauty of it. The spider band is really a total body workout. Most total body workouts have, a cardio element and a toning element. This doesn't have that. Everything is juxtaposed into one. So what you're doing, and the science behind this, is basically you're getting the benefits of strength training without, standing still, lifting heavy weights and bulking up the muscles and shortening the muscle fibers. You're getting the benefits of cardio without the injurious nature of, let's say, running on concrete outside in the streets, or running on a treadmill that can be injurious to the legs and the body. You're getting the benefits of both of those worlds, the cardio and the toning. Plus the third element, that aerial concept, which allows you to do so many more intricate and hard and grueling moves that you wouldn't be able to do without the assistance of the spider band. So for example, if you were reaching your hands up and trying to do a chin-up, and you have a beginner doing that, they're going to get discouraged and they're never going to come back, because chin-ups are not an easy thing to do. But if your feet are hooked up to the spider bands at the bottom, and your hands are holding onto the high handles, and you try and do a chin-up, the bands assist you by leveraging your body weight and lifting you up a little bit. So it's kind of like having a personal trainer, like a spotter on the side, saying, here, let me give you a push so you can do it. But you're able to do it with the energy and the fire that comes along with a group exercise environment. So it's really fantastic in that respect.
That's absolutely amazing. So how many spider band workouts have you created to date?
So we've created 19 to date, and just this past week we created a 20th one. So we have 20 spider band modules, yes, that have been very well received by my clients for several years, and they each so much fun in their own respect. And the great thing about it is that you could, you have the continuity and the familiarity of the spider bands itself, the apparatus. So your body has that muscle memory and adapts quite quickly. But from class to class, the moves and the method behind each class is completely different. So you don't get bored, you don't get tired, you're not, looking for the next new thing, because there's 20 different programs that all center around this one apparatus. So it's really the best of both worlds. Your muscles remember how to move with the apparatus, but your brain is constant, and your body is constantly getting challenged by doing different things in different classes, from kickboxing to rebounding to cycling. So it's really a lot of fun.
That's amazing. So where can we find out more about the spider band workout?
Well, you can check out FranciCohen.com and click on spider bands, and you'll have some great pics and some info over there. Or you can follow me on Instagram, where I post live video feed of some of the classes at FranciFit, and you can take a look over there as well.
Fantastic. All right. And I understand that you have an extensive online community. Where else can we catch up with you online?
Could you rephrase that question?
Yeah. Where can we catch up with you on Facebook?
Oh, on Facebook. I'm sorry. Facebook can catch up with me on Franci Cohen Fitness.
Wonderful. All right. Franci, thanks so much for joining us. It's been great having you on the show.
Thank you for having me, Mary.
All right. Catch up with me on my blog, www.beautybeauty.com, and on Twitter @BeautyPublicist. Everyone, thanks so much for joining us on Ultimate Skincare and Beauty Report. Have a beautiful and successful week. Mwah.